Hello and welcome to Sew Tabby. On this episode, I'll be showing you how to make a monkey costume for your Lalaloopsy little sister. On this episode, you're going to need the Lalaloopsy's little sister's base costume and pajamas, along with the monkey section on the add-on. A link to the pattern is in the description below. You also need a light brown fleece and white felt for the stomach. Optional items include snaps for the back and floss that matches your fleece to add in a decorative collar. Go ahead and start by cutting out your pattern. Fold your brown material over and you can pin or use your water-soluble marker pencil to trace around. You want to make sure that the headband is on the fold where it says cut at fold. So you're going to cut one of those. And since this is fold over, when you cut two, that will cut two along with the tail. And then with the ears, you'll cut two sets. You're going to pin or trace the tummy to the white felt. Once the pieces are pinned and cut out, or traced and cut out, you're going to go ahead and sew them. Now on the headband, because you cut on that fold, it's going to open up and be longer. So you're going to put right sides together and just sew right along that length of that line. Leave both sides open. On the ears, you're going to sew around the curve and leave the straight part open. On the tail also, you're going to leave that top part open and then just sew around and come back and leave this top part open. On the body, you're going to leave this part open and sew around. Your seam is going to be 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Okay, now that you've got it sewn around, go ahead and go to the back and cut about halfway down to the crotch. Next on the front, we're going to put in some darts. So you're going to refer back to your pattern on your darts. So we're going to fold here and exactly like that, and also on the feet. So you're going to pinch and sew, pinch and sew, and pinch and sew on both feet. Go ahead and flip the body piece and the tail right side out. To flip the tail, you can use a pen or a pencil and push through. Go ahead and put the outfit on your doll. For the tummy, you're going to go ahead and put it right there and then stitch around. This next step is optional. I'm going to go ahead and do a blanket stitch all the way around the opening. Fleece doesn't fray, so you don't have to do a blanket stitch. I just think it looks a little bit nicer. Okay, to do a blanket stitch, you're going to come up from inside with your loop right here, and you're literally coming up through that loop. Again, we're going to go back around, come from the inside, come through that loop. It helps when you pull this string down when you come up from behind. Go ahead and go all the way around. Next part, once the blanket stitch is done, we're going to go ahead and put the tail on. I push down the edges inside of it a little bit, and it just makes it easier to sew it on. If you want to, you can stuff it. I'm not going to stuff it. So you can decide however you want the tail to go. Go ahead and put it like this. Once you have the tail on, the last piece, and this is optional, is the snaps. You can also add ties here, or a little thing of Velcro, or you can just leave it open. So for the snaps, you're going to put one on the corner on this side, and then you're going to put the other on the corner on that side. And now that the body piece is done, we're ready to work on the headband. Go ahead and turn the headband right side out along with the ears. Go ahead and turn those right side out too. Okay, when you do the headband, you're going to want the seam on the finished product against the head. And this part would be out. To connect it, to make the headband, go ahead and put that out for now on your doll. Figure out how big it needs to be in the back. Pin and sew. Once you've sewn it, go ahead and cut one side at a time. And then when you flip it right side out, there's no seam. Go ahead and audition the ears on the doll. Figure out where you want them. Probably right about where the eyes are would be the best for a monkey. If you're making a bear, they would be up higher. For a monkey, right by the eyes. When you sew it on, go ahead and leave the headband on. If it has ponytails down here, while you're sewing, when you get to that, just pull it forward so you can still sew it, and then when you get to the front, you can push it back. And now you're finished. Thank you for watching Sew Tabby. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments.